Okay, I'm gonna start up a minute or so early. So, my bitrate is doing some fun shit. I hope it evens out, but we'll see how it goes. So, I'm back, as I said I would be. Yesterday, I believe it was when we went through the Katana Revel. We came back to the Crystarium, followed through some other stuff. Yes, it was, because it was shorter than I thought it would be. Came back to the Crystarium, followed up on some things, had some words with our good friend Emmett, and then took a nap as we while the others figured out what exactly we'd be doing next. Only to be wakened by the sounds of fighting as a horde of Sin Eaters had descended upon the Crystarium. We aided in the fight, experienced one of the best voice-acted cutscenes in the entire game. And as it stands now, we are continuing to deal with the aftermath of that event. Some further background. I, yet again, literally just rolled out of bed and started stream. So, yeah. I'll probably pick up some energy as we go, and I get my coffee. The stutter will die down a bit as well as I start talking. It'll be a bit to work through, yeah. But you know, progress must be made, yeah. And then tomorrow I'll have the freedom to start stream after I've had a chance to wake up, you know. Goodness, but today I do have a checkpoint in mind, and a backup checkpoint if that's too short. So let's get right into it. If I were stronger, how many people would still be alive? Don't worry about the wounded, sweetie. We'll make sure they do not want for care. If you're ready, why not go ahead to the Ocular? You can keep the XR company while I fetch Alphino. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest Amaro I can find, so we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on that message, eh? Alas, I cannot start in the coffee for at least another like 3-4 minutes, so it can cool off a bit. I am on Seraph today, because it is quite a minute before the next piece of group content. In fact, I may even be on Seraph next stream, depending on how far exactly we get. I almost read the gate guard. Oh man, that was close. Hello, Exarch. Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you, though I confess I found them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility of that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shrink from what must be done, now least of all. Though I mourn the lost, I will not lose myself to grief, and even should regret be my constant companion, I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. As will I. Of that I have no doubt, and if ever you should appear to falter, it will only be because we have fatigue. We are fatigued after a long battle, goodness. Of that I have no doubt, and if ever we should appear to falter, it will only be because we are fatigued after a battle well fought. I thank you for your kind words. Now we have plans. We have plans to make, do we not?
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
How exactly would have we done that, Emmett?
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished.
I don't think we were quite at like 50% losses.
You need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Eulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Amareng. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser sin-eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a sin-eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Amareng, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do! I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Amareng we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
If this is the course you have agreed on, I will not object, though I am afraid it will be difficult for us to spare any of the guard to accompany you. I keep a promise that you will be well looked after upon your return. Just see to it that you do return, alright? Oh, they're all here, shit. If I had only been able to locate Calusia's light warden, it might not have come to this. I can't change what Thancred must be feeling to behave this way. Imagine, fuck. To say he's changed since coming here would be an understatement. He may as well be a different person. He reminds me of... He reminds me of Father. He argued with us for months about our plan to go to Eorzea, but in the end, he accepted our decision. I do hope he's doing well. They planted the seeds that early, hot damn. Menphilia demonstrated impressive resolve just now. It seems as she understands what must be done, though I do wonder if she is truly prepared to make the choice. Should she falter, it will fall to Thancred to guide her, however much he wishes it were otherwise. Though Thancred hath long known whither this path doth lead, his journey hath brought him no closer to acceptance. Will you never grow tired of shuffling your feet? If you have something to ask me, ask. Tell me about Zodiark. As I told you before, Zodiark is the creation of my people, the First People. We summoned him, as your kind might summon a primal, albeit an infinitely more powerful one. And like one of your primals, he tempered us. It was only natural, there is no resisting such power. And so we Ascians came to exist solely to bring about the rule of darkness, his darkness. Of course, some would call us evil for it, but they would be fools, though this is only to be expected, given their innate inability to conceive of the nature of our universe. But I believe I am repeating myself. Do you not trust me to speak honestly? Do you hope to catch me in a lie? Really, I have no need of deception, and even if I did, I assure you, you would find it quite indistinguishable from the truth. Oh. I should have read both of them, that way I would have known I would have wasted. Oh, I could have read. Oh, actually, you know what? I am going to read it. Fuck you. Perhaps I flatter myself, expecting you to take an interest in the knowledge I possess, or perhaps I flatter you. Thank you, Emmett. Very cool. I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know that this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. Anything new? Nope. Nope. I'm going to assume none of them updated. Why do I have my macros just setting on? Pre-orders finally opened up for Dawn Trail. I don't have the money. Well, I mean, I don't technically have the money. That and they're having trouble getting the codes out anyway. So I'm probably going to be picking that up towards the end of the week. Granted, like, I'm not getting anything from it until it launches, right? You don't get them out until the expansion comes out. I don't need to level anything. I don't think it doesn't work on non-combat jobs, so I can't use it to get Fisher up or Culinarian. One day I will 100% do that, I swear. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. Are you sure you want to do this? Completely sure. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger, strong enough to face my destiny, and I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how could we not? It's your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that, there's something I neglected to mention. I saw a Eulmore airship coming in to land over Amarang while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Vothri's forces through Actica. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right, now, Nabatharang lies in the southern reaches of Amarang, and there are two routes we can take to get there. The first is the eastern route, which would lead us past Mordsuk. The other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Minfilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes for easier traversal of Nabothan's Severance, but we can't use it. If we did, we'd need to cross the Severance Point from a point nearby the inn at Journey's Head. If the Eulmorans caught wind of our approach, it could very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure their activities would not meet with Vothri's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposition. While you make for the Hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Eulmorans' attention elsewhere, to an area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way, you'll have a chance at reaching Namatha Ring unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that it's a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. Well then, we'll leave the work of distracting Vothri's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it's best we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few Amaro for our own journey. I leave the rest to you, Minfilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. Moth. I don't think that... Okay, either that's not a high enough rank to like bother killing for nuts, or it's going to kill me. So no, I didn't talk to Urianger. There you are. The gate leading to Amarang is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the Hills of Hammer. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Minfilia for me, would you? Don't come back! No, I want to talk to you, fuck! You didn't even mean to click on anyone there. Ugh. I'm ready. Let's go. Amarang lies just beyond the gate. We need only speak to the sentry. Who shall walk among us upon our return, I wonder? What's up with you? There'll be no trouble, I swear. Curious. Off so soon, Master Melfren. We've barely had time to recover from the battle. You've barely had time. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
A village so near. How convenient. Sound though Mr. Celie's logic was, I fear the road less traveled hath other perils in store for us. This place has been scarred by the flood too. How can we say what lies ahead? Who can say what lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spend upon it for granted. Ooh, that was close. Our only path forward lies ahead, I'm sure of it, so onward, I suppose. Nothing new. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing. Finding a village when Finding a village when we've hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes. But you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. I'm just trying to clean off my fucking glasses, man. Okay, that should be a bit better at least. You sell? No, you're no merchant, but then why do I know your face? Oh, I remember you. You spent Vobert gold. I'm that famous, huh? Such a coin purse cracking, you are already a legend among Mord traders. You're a traveling merchant then. Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garik. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now, none. Messer Gengen borrowed the village, made it into a trading post. Very convenient location. In which case, you all must be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Nabatharang ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties? Reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone and crushed the mines surrounding Nabatharang. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. But surely there must be some way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps, you ask, they tell. Tell for free even to friends of our best customer. Wonderful. Thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. Fucking love the Mord, man. They're so good. Remember Zunzun next time your pockets grow too heavy with coin, yes? You wish to go to Nabatharang? There was a way once, a gondola down from the cliffs, but it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there's nothing left and no one uses it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight. You hastily take down a memo regarding the gondola and a spare scrap of parchment. Do try not to end up dangling upside down over a cliff. Perhaps we ought to inquire upon the matter of Eulmorean forces in the region as well. Gil, I like it. You are welcome to use our well if you are planning to cross the desert. You should take as much as you can carry. Where's Minfilia? There's Minfilia. If we're not lucky enough to encounter anyone who knows a route to Nabatharang here, perhaps they can at least point us in the direction of others who might. I cannot talk to Ren. I guess Thinker is speaking to a fucking brick wall. Love to see it. Wait. Oh, there she is. I've got it. I'll lead by asking how business is, then mention you, then ask about the route. That should work, right? You got this. I believe in you. You can do it. For Nabatha-Ring, airship is best. Nothing faster than an airship. The Eulmorans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out, friend. Where's the third one? Do these doors open? They do. Hello. Oh, this is a surprise. Not many bound for Nabatha-Ring these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines of the Hills of Amber. It is locked behind a gate, however. I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being of much use. Arntel, I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Nabatha-Ring. The Eulmoran presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, their army is definitely in Amaring. There have been no sightings of Eulmorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Alize's plan is borne fruit. Did you have any better luck finding us a route forward? Damn. I'm liking the gondola. The gondola's sounding cool. So these are our options. Well, what do you think? I'm liking the gondola. I'd rather not. If it's all the same to you. If it went poorly, we couldn't simply wave our hands and vanish into the aether like Yashola. Not that I would recommend it, even if we could. Gate aside, the trolley seems most feasible. It does seem to be the least risky of our options, and I can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zunzun can offer some insight. Though Zunzun didn't mention the trolley before, he's like as not at least heard of the thing. If we remind him, he may recall something of use. It was Menphilia updated. I hope you've had more luck than I. Okay, I mean that probably means that everyone's been updated. Hello, Oriange. Shall I take the glimmer in thine eye to mean that thou hast struck upon a promising lead? Oh, valued customers. Were the other more of help? A bit. Of a fashion, they told us of a trolley that runs to Nabatha-Ring, at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you did not so yourself when first we asked? Yes, the gate, you see, it is impassable. Before there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos, it opened the gate, they say. But none operates such a thing now. I do not even know if it yet exists. I do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Bryan Mines. That is where the trolley control stands. I still see miners there from time to time. If they know anything. If anyone knows what's happened to the Talos, it would be them. Thank you. You've been a great help. We're off to Mount Bryan then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. Watch for beasts in the hills. I do not like to lose customers. These fucking iguanas are scary, man. It's like Mordona all over again. Just walking around and getting pulled. Mayhap the pall of light is the root of this land's desolation, or mayhap the fault lies with man and his insatiable greed. What a sight. Oh, pardon me, it's a bit daunting, isn't it? The scale of the track is impressive, I'll give them that. Now we only need follow it until we come to the mines. I think I have a new thing to do in the interim and queue times, so you'll see some of that when next that is a problem. Assuming I don't, fucking come to hate it in the intervening time. This lever can't have been designed for a person to operate. Okay, where's fucking Uri, man? Rianjay, I know you're hiding around here somewhere. You must be. Is this gonna be the fucking Hostile Imperative again, where he was standing there the entire time and I just walked past him 8 times? I'm not seeing him. Wait. Nope, that's the coyote. I give up. I tried. Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zunzun said. Unfortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zunzun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can deduce anything useful in their absence. I am in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines proper caught Urianjay's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, that's not as embarrassing as I was expecting it to be. By what means did they harness the necessary aether? The benches within suggested that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though, it is clearly old. It appears to be well maintained. Though it is pure... Yeah. No, yes. Flecks of rust adorn the rails, but they nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. The cup is slightly warm, and a fair amount of tea, steeped over long, if the color is any indication, remains within. I'm just gonna grab this real quick. Hang on. Oh! Neat. Got it. Ah, Arntel, what hast thou discerned? They were here recently. I see, indeed. Thine observations are consistent with my known. Let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks looked like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to golems of the source, nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here, suggest a considerable number were once in operation. Alas, the specimen and its fellows now lie lifeless and broken, and I know not how to repair them, that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if thou wert somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of propelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, we keep everything else in... Why keep everything else in working order? Whoever's maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Arntel, I do believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouses on the northwestern side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go, then. Will he survive the entire burst combo? We're getting to a level where it is feasible. There he is. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here, of that I'm sure. I mean, you survived the opening. That's not bad. Oh, I didn't even use Shadowbringer. He didn't survive the opening. That's unfortunate for him. I feel a bit bad for them. They elected to take up arms against us, though the outcome was plain from the first. We won't let you. That smarts. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we need to steal? Well, what? Some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal. That's for certain. You don't have any wares. You're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Thaffy, I have an idea. What if... Well, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto the world's end. On their journey, they met a sorcerer as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that's serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of a sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. Though I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. God's grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Nabatha Ring. We were hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off to the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again, the trolley. You should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Jarek and Taff at your service. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there is little in need of transport these days, but that's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling the track once again would make hearts sore. Mark my words. You'll hear no argument from us. Well, what progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, is there anything we could do to assist you? We could gather materials or help put pieces together. It's a slight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him if you like. We'll introduce you. Very well. Our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right, it looks like you'll be following us back to Twine, then. A quest for a lost love, perhaps that could have been me had things been different. Let's wait until the Eden raids, don't worry about it. Dost thou seek the sorcerer's wisdom, young one? Fucking hell, Ariane. Come to think of it, Ariane always was fond of fairy tales. To be honest, I'm impressed that you thought of the trolley to begin with. So few seem to these days, too used to living without it, I suppose. If you're ready, we can leave right now. Though you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd come out by now. I might have given him a thorough thrashing. You think he'll be all right? That's I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I gave him a full level 90 smackdown. He might be dead. I'll have a look just in case. Go on ahead, Thaf. All right. Looks like it'll just be you, Lot, and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way out of the rail yard. We'll catch up with you in Twine. Wait a minute, what? Damn, that's smart. Did he have to thump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now, though. I've pointed your overeager companions in the right direction. They've gone on ahead, so we need to get moving. Normally, we walk atop the tracks, but seeing as the young lady has a much shorter stride, that's more perilous than a route. No, more perilous a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. Wouldn't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that account. Are we gonna do this every 30 feet, man? Wait a moment. I think I hear something. Oh, that's something. All right, run. a single coyote. Rip. Can't even fight a coyote. Thinks he can fight like 3 armed men. One of them a marine. Sorry about that. I'll admit I didn't expect this route to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to Twine though, so we should make it without further incident. The town is small, but everything in it seems so purposeful. It's amazing. Odd to find a place like this still occupied. It must have come dangerously close to being consumed by the flood. A testament to man's resilience, that civilization may yet be found at the very edge of the world. This is it. Welcome to Twine. The original dwellings were built to house those laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. As you've doubtless noticed, the track goes to the very heart of the town. It was the heart of the town, back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now that there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines, for that matter, the only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go, or so they say. That should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley one running. Just don't expect too much aside from that, okay? Well, that's encouraging, but I don't see that we have much choice. Let's go and meet the man. Where did Thancred and Minfilia go? You just slipped into the aether? For some of the miners, the thought of a stiff drink at the end of a shift is the only thing that keeps them going. This is Magnus. He's our boss of a fashion. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the 3 of you in my life. Or the 4 of you? Wicked white. If you're going to bother me, at least have the damned courtesy to stand still. Methinks this one is deep in his cups. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Nabatha-Rang, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in Nabatha-Rang, not anymore. And especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Nabatha-Rang. I must. Bah. So you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is a ruin, nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Nabatha-Rang. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No, I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me alone. We'll speak outside. Piss off. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't expect that, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. Stubborn arse. I sense there's more to this belligerent drunk than his tale. He only said that because he thinks I'm weak, and he's right, but I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents. They may know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Thancred, art thou truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no path? This isn't a matter of fate, Oriange. It's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. Minfilia spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That, at least, I can do for her. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. I see a vista. I'm gonna get it. Alright, breaking out the Amaro. I ain't playing games. There we go. Yoink. What a real jerk. I'm pretty sure it's like Jarek. Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know that I got our friend back home with no trouble, and he's fine. He's just a bit shaken up is all. And you, what did Magnus have to say? He told us to piss off. I did have a faint hope that your need might prompt him to action where our interest has not. But I suppose that was foolish of me. I'm sorry that we couldn't be of help, though I could at least show you the trolley car we have here if you like. You could give it a stroke or two. It has some very smooth wood. I think I'm good. You mean to say you're not giving up, even knowing that Magnus is Magnus? I don't see much point in being stubborn about it, though. Perhaps stubbornness is exactly what this situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. I can't imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain, you can help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. I'll have a look along the track for anything that's in need of repair. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. Aye. The spot looks like it could use a bit of work. Can you ready the tools for me? Nope. You open the box, revealing the proud array of lovingly maintained tools within. Brilliant. Now, if you can hand me what I need as I work, that would be a help. In this case, well, the bolt is loose, for one matter. We can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. Vicious-looking saw, mid-sized wrench, ragged cloth, mid-sized wrench. Thank you. This one will do nicely. Now, give me one moment and... There, I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. Minfilia totally could have walked the track. He's got to stay in the middle. There's like no gaps. I'm a bit concerned about this lantern post. Would you ready the tools for me? Looks fine to me, man. I don't know what you're talking about. You set down the toolbox. The muscles of your arms enjoying profound relief, and open it once again. You're quite handy to have around, you know. As to the lamp here, these aren't often necessary these days, but if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. And if, by some miracle, the night returns as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. Anyhow, a bit of this post seems to have splintered. Whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes through here to do maintenance. I'll need to sand it down a bit. Bulky saw, heavy hammer, rough file. Yes, a wood file is perfect. Let me even this out. That should do it. I'll bring some varnish along next time to finish the job. I haven't spotted any other problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take in the view of other tracks from here for a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. Mining has always been the primary vocation of folks in the Hills of Amber, you see, but after a certain point, they had dug up everything that could be easily reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was then that the Naboth Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen at work abroad. At great expense, the Naboth brought the Maestral engineers who specialized in Talos here, to the Hills, and wouldn't you know it, the mining industry picked right up again. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the entwining of tales, the fruitful cooperation between the native Ronso and the newly come Maestro. But that, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. The Maestro left, taking their knowledge with them. It was 15 years ago that the last of them, the folks from Daedalus Stoneworks, took off for Eulmore. And now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. But there's no use in lamenting what can't be changed, and there's one more thing we need to do while we're out here. So we might as well get to it. Vultures occasionally make their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It's not my favorite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? I'll keep an eye on things from here. Be careful when removing the nests. The vultures who made them never seem to be far away, of course. They never could be far enough away for my tastes, so my perception may be a bit biased. I wonder if you can find the gondola anywhere. Just it's like rusted from remains. Oh, that's right. I'm misremembering how the rotation works. You can only double weave, so it's Bloodspiller, Edge, Spit, then Bloodspiller, Edge, then Shadowbringer. That's what it is. For example, thank you. That should be everything taken care of. In return for your help, I'll tell you a bit more about the trolley. Nothing that can get it started, though. Again, though, as I said, the only people who knew how to repair the Talos are long gone. When they left, the life began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted, and its cars fell into disrepair. Now, I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley, damn it. And those were the worst years of my life. Then, about 7 years passed, Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real, proper trolley engineer, and perhaps he would never have left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amarang is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. Didn't help in the end. These sin eaters got the boy, and isn't that always the way? The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again, so in his memory they returned to Twine. Started fixing those rusted rails and broken cars, and it was going well for a time. Wicked white vultures, are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. Nice work out there. And now you know the story of the trolley. Won't do you much good without the Talos, though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different. But well, here we are. Not that it'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus griping for a change. Can I find Minfilia? Hang on. Let's actually make sure that she's not in the obvious spot first. Nope. Amoro Keep. Eulmore. Didn't think so. Graveyard. Looking like a no. Looking like they're not around here. And if they are, they're like well hidden. Actually, I haven't checked inside far, have I? Nope. Looks like someone's already beat us here, but please, look about as much as you like. Thou art come to examine the Talos? Poke poke. You know, I'm something of a machinist myself. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. I see. The means to build Talos stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true, but here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. 'Twill likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of aether. Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you, but what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As I did suspect from the first, it is host to a network of veins through which aether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hell did you get that all from just a glance? I take it you've thought up a solution as well? To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to aether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Debitage. Full sure am I that stone from such a being would prove most suitable to our needs. Very good. I shall have Thancred and Minfilia attend to me in the remaining preparations. I spied but 3 obstructions to the flow of aether in the Talos, and thus would I ask you to provide 3 stones of the Debitage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. Wish we had a mage like him around sooner. As you might imagine, we've had trouble convincing people to come here to help. They either refuse outright or demand payment far beyond anything we could hope to afford. It's why we've made such little progress in repairing the Talos. We've pored over every scrap of paper left behind by the Daedalus Stoneworks, hoping we might learn how it's done, but there just isn't enough. Worry not, Arntel. Preparations here will be complete ere long. I need one more. Target locked. Nothing new. Thancred and Minfilia will return ere long with the remaining supplies we require. Didst thou succeed in procuring stone from the Debitage? Fine specimens, one and all. You have my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Minfilia's return. From end to end, the paths by which aether may flow through the Talos have been fully mended. They but require a sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange. The core refuses to stir. I fear the condition of this Talos is more dire than I previously surmised. As a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core, such doth the core aether throughout. So doth the core aether throughout this massive frame. Okay, I understand now. Failing its repair or replacement, the Talos cannot be restored. So it was the heart after all. Didst thou foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We've never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another in case things turned out the way they are now, but... Jarek? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Jarek, if something went wrong, maybe we can help. All right. After all, you lot have done have done for me. I suppose it's the least I can do. What could be so terrible he'd want to keep it from us? I hope Jarek doesn't get in trouble for telling us what happened. Though the Talos yet wants for a beating heart, it would appear thine efforts were not for naught. Right then, the Talos, their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of the Talos bodies are mined in the same place. That place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. And it was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't, I'm sorry. You'll have to hear it from Thaf or someone else. Back to the tavern, then. It's all my fault. I never should have pressured him. You don't suppose Thaf is going to run off too, do you? What terrible tragedy befell him years ago, I wonder. The Talos sits lifeless, waiting to be repaired. Still here, eh? You can ask again, but the answer is the same. Our trolleys are... What? Goddammit, Sherrick. You could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such quick progress in fixing that Talos and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here, and I think he may be right. Gather your friends, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the
Fuck. When the golems started failing, she was the first to stop. Fuck you, come on.
But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed.
When the golem's heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. The problem was most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and then he just read the rest. I fixed it. We're good. You know, if there was just a setting so it would auto advance only on voiced cutscenes, stuff like this wouldn't happen.
We labored day and night to clear away the rubble. But it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Our only chance to meet a female Hrothgar, gone forever. We will never see one now. Not ever. They don't exist.
Is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes. Well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
Ah, thank goodness. This is another very good scene. Thancred's voice actor really fucking... good scene.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skurli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
Never is.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too.
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
Oh boy, I cannot wait to talk about something
She's
I just
not
realized.
gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
Oh, that's nifty. I like that. Spoiler text going up because I can't keep this in until next stream. I'm not ending. Don't worry. So I get how. So in part, I think. Oh man, I gotta format this a bit. Thancred's really not very good at like making it clear what he thinks. I think he's got a lot of emotional baggage about this. I think it's pretty well written in that way, and I don't think Minfilia properly understands what Thancred means when he's saying that. And it's such a neat detail. I think that at this point, it's reasonably clear that Thancred does not want this Minfilia to sacrifice themselves to bring back the old Minfilia. And the line that really makes me feel that way, like it's been like they're kind of saying that like directly, is him repeating the "for those we have lost, for those we can yet save." So I like that a lot. It's very, very good. Barely even spoilers, but oh, that's cool. It's still something that's like, you know. Oh man. Anyway, I wish that there was more we could do for you. I truly do. But after Agnes' accident, no one is allowed near those mines. Why must he always treat me like this? Full well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Thaf, knowest thou any location wherein we might find the stone we require? No matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. I told you, near all the veins were tapped dry years ago, though I suppose if you really wanted to try, you might find something at Nuvi's leavings. It was opened well before the Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get there, look for Guthon, and tell him I sent you. Don't be surprised when he tells you the same thing. Thine assistance is much appreciated. Arntel, I think it best Thancred join thee in this search. Though he wouldst be quick to deny it, his heart is in turmoil and his thoughts clouded. 'Twould be unwise to ignore his distress. If not for those damned Talos, she'd... I prithee attend to Thancred and keep him occupied with the task at hand. I try to read that. Yuuzhan has worked in these mines longer than near anyone I know. You do well to heed his advice in there. Off to somewhere, are you? We got a lead. At last, a lead in the stone. We need to power the Talos. I can't very well have you go on your own. Lead the way. I'd say we're long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Nuvi's leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. No, get on the Amaro. The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving, though we should probably hear what Gujan has to say before we celebrate, assuming we can find him, that is. Is this our man? Who are you, and what are you doing in here? Well, you should listen to Thaf. You're wasting your time. But this site is not as developed as the others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain. The stone you're looking for is Leonine. All the Talos and the Hills of Amber are powered using them. Or were, at least, anyway. Whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely extracted. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we use Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. Then our only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of Leonine that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking for is a trade secret. I'll need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine. What do you want? The other day I found a Vobert gold piece down in the mines. A bloody Vobert gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it, and I'll tell you what you want to know. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. It seems we have our work cut out for us, Arntel. Thankfully, I have an idea on how we might hurry things along. I wasn't working that deep in the mines, so don't go searching too far. As I'm sure you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it will be that much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows. That's why I propose we use these sun drops. They help the eye take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in, and I handle this area here. I'll retrace your steps after in case you happen to miss it. If you feel the drop's effects wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. I got 3 minutes, it'll be fine. You search the shadows, but find nothing. The gold piece lies elsewhere. You search the shadows, but find nothing. Perhaps the gold piece lies elsewhere. Oh wait, I backtracked. Wow. This is the way I want to go. As you search the shadows, a glint catches your eye. You turn over a rock and find the Vobert gold piece. I wasn't working that deep in the mines, so I already read that, Lamau. I was hoping he'd drop the gold piece somewhere closer to the entrance. More fool me for thinking Lady Luck was on our side. Currency minted by the Kingdom of Obert. Or maybe she is, yours at least. In the end, my contribution was little more than poor company. Come now, Thancred, you were far more prepared for this task than I. No more than usual, I assure you. I only managed to survive the Corthan wilderness in the Imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation, a habit of mine since childhood, and one of my few positive traits which endeared me to Louisoix, I imagine. It hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. And I've chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage. Well, I'd rather not think on it. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and to see my duties through, that's all that matters. Now, let's hurry and see that returned to Guthon. The sooner we get back to Ariangeum and Philia, the better. Guthon, tell me your secrets. You're back. Wait, does that mean? Enjoy cracking your coin purse? The Immord will fucking love you. I'll be damned. You actually found it. Well, a deal's a deal, but don't think this means you'll find what you're after. Perhaps our luck really is starting to turn around. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off, but you did, and I'm a man of my word. Come with me. I hope you waited for the sun drops to wear off. They work wonders in the dark, but in the light of day, they'll only bring you pain. I'm good. It's fine. Screaming internally. I had 14 seconds left in the effect. Wait. I wonder if it actually did damage to me. I didn't check. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so stale. But you've not come to hear my grievances. You're after Leonine. First, I have to ask. You ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms. I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain that the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices down where we could never hope to reach, and on occasion they come back with something valuable. They dig up leonine in the mines. It's a rare occurrence, but yes, that said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide, so how can we draw out these rockworms? Over by that shack, you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines, and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock them senseless and check their backs. I should warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You'll want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these 3 areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. This way. The air in the mines grows thick with smoke. Nearby, you hear the soft rumbling of stones. There's 7 of these. Fucking real. Perish. Oh, there's more. Please tell me at least one of these points drops multiple. No, doesn't look like it. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's one. Three left. Alright, we're on the last one. I found my fair share of rocks. Hopefully there's leonine among them. There you are. Find anything promising? These rocks are shiny. Shiny's promising, right? Between the two of you, I'd say you've got quite a haul. Best to get comfortable friends. It's going to take time for you to sift through all this.
You may not remember this about Arminfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start. I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend.
I can't imagine she thought too highly of you back then.
Not too highly, no. She once called me a wine-sodden wharf rat, which wouldn't have been half as galling had it not been so accurate. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now, I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Hey! Come and see what I found! You're not going to believe this!
Tell me it's leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone. in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her.
Don't goblins
It's fate that brought
eat
you here to find this
minerals?
stone.
Isn't that their whole
other
thing?
Explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
So the goblin just didn't eat the leonine for over 3 years? Or do they just collect the stones? I was always under the impression that they ate them. Because you can actually mine, quote, mine this way. Normally, goblins have a chance to drop like basic ores based on the area they're in. I think I enjoy that deeply. It is horrifyingly inefficient. It is so much better to just level your fucking miner, but you know. I had hoped we would find leonine, but to find that particular specimen is nothing short of a miracle. One might even call it a plot contrivance. I wouldn't believe it had I not seen it myself. But before you set it in the Talos, would you take it to Magnus? For 3 long years he's believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth, that her sacrifice was not in vain. We'll take it straight to him. Straight to him. You have my word. Thank you, Kujan, for all your help. Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting. Hey, Doctor, I'm trying to click on Thankword, damn it. What? Oh, it's you. If you've come to complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy from me. I told you before, it won't run, and you wouldn't listen. Oh, but it will, now that we have this. Your name is engraved on it, along with your son's. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus, from Agna. No, she couldn't have. Agna. Take it. Do with it what you will. Are you certain? It would delay our plans, but I said take it. It was you who found it, you who needs it. Looking at that stone, all I can see is please, just leave me be. I hope that he'll be there when the tale stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Would you do the honors of delivering this to Urianger? Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but by the sounds of it, you have a knack for handling strange requests. On the bright side, Urianger taught me a lot about the Talos and their hearts. I think I can help if they need further repairs. Finally, we can move on to Nabatharang, assuming this works, of course. You found Leonine, surely! Then what are we waiting for? Let's get that trolley moving. You what? By the gods, I didn't think it was possible. Thou art returned, and with Leonine, it would seem. As promised, the Talos hath been made ready to service it, to receive its heart, thanks in no small part to Jarek, Thaf, and Menthilia. At last we shall return time to the timeless, the sentinel of stone, that we may press onwards towards Nabatharang. Very good. Now, let us begin.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready. It's working! It's working! Magnus!
For this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble? This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't.
Oh, don't tell me this is the same cutscene. I kind of want to open next stream with it. Damn it! Oh well. Here we go. This is very good. I just kind of wish that I could have done it at the start of next stream.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me. I'm just a burden, helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone. Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the Oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice. And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
Have you no words for her?
Not today.
Meanwhile, in the Crystarium,
to what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Armorang. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time. Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing? The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir. Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for his energies. And I'm not in the habit of pointing him at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of him, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you? The once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space. Much less in possession of his mortal flesh, not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well. You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift. 'Tis a boon born of the sacrifice of brave heroes who gave their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
I'm fine, really, it's just been a long day. My apologies for the delay. Minfilia and I had a private matter to discuss. Which bringeth me to the question, how didst thou find Thancred during your search? He spoke of Minfilia of his own accord, I see. 'Tis well that he did, and with such candor. I attempted to broach the subject before. My intention was to ensure no words remained unspoken between them, lest tragedy intercede. A regret I myself know all too well. Alas, in the end, he refused to heed my counsel. A time will come when they must face the reality of their circumstance, but I have faith that all will be well in time. Now, let us not tarry any longer. The Talos and Abatharang await. And with that, I will be wrapping up for the day. Next time, we will wrap up Amarang. That will almost certainly be tomorrow, and it may be a longer stream. We'll see how things turn out. But I want to thank everyone for stopping by who did. I really appreciate anyone who decides to give me the time of day. And until I stream again, have a good one all.